16. I mean, just think about that number for a second. What does it actually represent here? Well, it is the number of Nobel laureates who have come out of Hungary. 16. From medicine to physics to economics, this relatively small Central European nation has completely shattered expectations. They've built this world-class academic legacy that has literally changed the course of human history. Welcome to The Explainer. I am absolutely thrilled to guide you through today's topic because we are looking at what might just be the best-kept secret in international higher education. We're going to explore whether studying in Hungary is the perfect solution for getting a premier, globally recognized European degree, but, and here's the best part, without that crushing, decades-long debt that usually tags along with it. Okay, let's dive right into this. Here is our roadmap for The Explainer. We'll cover why study in Hungary, top universities to consider, scholarships and living costs, the challenges you will face, the admission and visa process, and we'll wrap it up with post-graduation job opportunities. Let's kick things off with Section 1, Why Study in Hungary, where prestige meets affordability right in the heart of Europe. You really have to appreciate the sheer depth of history here. Look at that year, 1367. The University of Pécs was founded by King Louis the Great back in the 14th century. We are talking about an academic tradition that's been refining itself for over 650 years. So when you study in Hungary, you aren't just sitting in a classroom. You are stepping into this incredible legacy of European academic excellence that is quite literally built right into the architecture. Hungarian higher education is a true powerhouse of history and modern value. Now, obviously, history doesn't pay the bills, right? And that brings us to the core trade-off that makes Hungary so incredibly attractive. On one side, you have world-class quality. Hungarian degrees are fully recognized across the EU and globally, especially in those super competitive fields like medicine and dentistry, which follow really strict World Federation of Medical Education guidelines. But on the other side, high affordability. You are getting that premier education for just a fraction of the tuition and living costs you would be hit with in the US, the UK, or Western Europe. Moving on to Section 2, Top Universities to Consider. We will be navigating Hungary's 64 accredited institutions. So Hungary might not be geographically massive, but it boasts a surprisingly dense and really diverse network of higher education. Out of those 64 institutions, 37 are public or foundation-run. What that actually means is the government recently transferred a lot of formerly state-run schools over to private asset management foundations, though they do still get heavy state backing. The remaining 27, those are private or church-funded universities. And yes, they are fully recognized by the state and offer incredibly robust English-taught international programs. Let's look at some of the heavy hitters. Over in the public and foundation category, you've got Eötvös Loránd University. Everyone just calls it ELTE, which is massive for humanities and sciences. Then there's Semmelweis, absolutely your premier medical institution. Corvinus is top tier for business, and BME is basically the go-to if you are into engineering. Shifting to the private sector, Budapest Metropolitan University, or MITU, totally dominates applied sciences. And places like McDaniel College, they actually offer US-accredited degrees right there in Budapest. How cool is that? All right, Section 3, Scholarships and Living Costs. This is where we unlock the wow factor. Okay, this is the financial reality that makes Hungary an absolute game changer for international students who are looking for full funding. Listen, if you remember just one thing from this explainer today, make it the Stipendium Hungaricum. It is this massive government scholarship program that's open to students from over 90 partner countries. It covers your full tuition fees, it hands you a monthly living stipend, it sets you up with dormitory placement or housing contribution. Oh, and it completely covers your comprehensive medical insurance. It effectively wipes out the financial barrier to getting a world-class education. Just incredible. But hey, even if you don't land that scholarship, just look at this number. 500 to 700 euros. That is the average monthly living cost in Budapest. And yes, that includes rent, utilities, food, and having some fun. Actually, if you end up studying in smaller cities like Debrecen or Szeged, it's even cheaper. Just think about how much farther your budget is going to stretch here compared to a place like London, Paris, or New York. Let's hit Section 4, Challenges You Will Face. Time for a quick reality check. Because let's be real, no international move is a perfect fairy tale. And we want to make sure you are building your strategy on total transparency. There are definitely hurdles you need to prep for. Like this quote from an international student blog perfectly captures, you have got to be ready for the bureaucracy. There's a crazy amount of paperwork to get those residence permits sorted. And then there's the language. Hungarian is notoriously unique and officially one of the absolute hardest languages in the world to learn. Thankfully, most of your programs are fully in English, but trying to navigate the grocery store or the post office, yeah, that's going to require some patience and a whole lot of pointing during your first few months. On the academic side, you need to mentally prepare for what people commonly call the first semester shock. Hungarian universities, they do not ease you in. Those first 1 or 2 semesters are usually incredibly heavy in theoretical subjects. We are talking intense calculus, theoretical physics, macroeconomics right out of the gate. It is explicitly designed to build a really rigorous foundation. It's totally a manageable trade-off, but you absolutely have to bring your A game literally from day one.
Moving into Section 5, Admission and Visa Process. Let's talk about your action plan.
So the crucial point is, how do you actually get there? Let's turn all this information into a personal action plan for you. Honestly, the admission requirements are surprisingly straightforward. Since you'll likely be studying in English, you're going to need an IELTS score generally between 5.5 and 7.0, or a TOEFL between 72 and 100. Then it's just your standard documents, a valid passport, a solid CV, a compelling motivational letter, and a health certificate. Academically, you just need your prior degree diplomas. Oh, and here is a huge perk. Outside of medical school entrance exams, standardized testing like the SAT or GRE is very rarely required. Now, navigating the whole visa bureaucracy really just boils down to these 3 actionable steps for non-EU students. Step 1, you must secure that official letter of acceptance from your university. Step 2, take that letter along with your proof of funds and housing straight to the Hungarian embassy in your home country so you can apply for a D-type student visa. And step 3, once you actually touch down in Hungary, the clock starts. You have a strict 90-day window to convert that visa into a residence permit for the purpose of study. Finally, Section 6, Post-Graduation Job Opportunities, the career payoff. Let's look at the light at the end of the tunnel here. What actually happens when you finally have that Hungarian degree in your hand? Well, the lifestyle and immigration benefits of staying in Hungary are fantastic. Non-EU grads can apply for this 9-month study-to-work residence permit, which gives you plenty of breathing room to find a job or even start your own business. And make no mistake, the jobs are there. Hungary reported 79,000 national job vacancies in 2024 alone. Plus, you get an amazing work-life balance. We are talking a standard 40-hour work week with 20-plus vacation days. And let's not forget the best part. Your residence permit gives you limitless 90-day travel access across the entire European Schengen area. If we look at the booming job sectors for international English-speaking graduates, we see some pretty great top monthly salaries in Hungarian forints. Engineering roles, they can pull up to 2 million forints. Healthcare is up to 1.5 million, and IT professionals are sitting right around 1.2 million. Now, it's true, if you just look at gross wages, they are lower than what you might earn in, say, Germany or the UK. However, when you factor in that super low 500 to 700 euro cost of living we talked about earlier, your actual purchasing power and overall quality of life balance out beautifully. Which brings us to the very end of our explainer today, and it leaves us with this final big question. Are you ready to trade your comfort zone for a European adventure? We've unpacked the historical prestige, the incredible affordability, those massive scholarships, and the very real career opportunities waiting for you in Hungary. Sure, it requires navigating some paperwork and surviving those tough first semesters, but the payoff? A world-class degree and a literal gateway to Europe. So, is Hungary going to be your next big move? Think about it. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and as always, keep learning.